The morning sun painted the sidewalk gold, stretching long shadows across Elmwood Drive, and I swear, if you'd told me a year ago I'd end up fighting a neighborhood war before my first mortgage payment even cleared, I'd have laughed you right off my porch. My name's Nathan Carter, and at 34, after clawing my way up from the south side of Chicago, after enduring those brutal 90-hour weeks at Pinnacle Enterprises, wrangling arrogant executives and backstabbing boardrooms, I thought I'd seen everything. Turns out, nothing at work ever prepared me for the Caldwells. You ever get that gut feeling, right when you think your life's finally stable, that the universe is about to test you? That's where I was, 3 weeks before all hell broke loose, hauling the last of my boxes into a cozy two-story at 1423 Elmwood, feeling like I'd finally bought my little slice of the American dream. Or so I thought. My next-door neighbors, the Caldwell family, turned out to be the kind of nightmare that doesn't even bother knocking before barging right into your peace. It started off, almost comically, on one of those evenings when your tie feels like a noose and your bones ache from a 14-hour day. I was collecting my mail, bills and all, still wearing my Navy suit, when the front door next door slammed so hard it rattled my nerves. Out strolled Ethan Caldwell, this 20-year-old man-child, swaggering across the lawn with the kind of confidence that only comes from never hearing no. Picture a Spider-Man t-shirt stretched to its absolute limit, sagging cargo shorts, hair that hadn't met shampoo in a week, face smug as if he owned the street. "Yo, new guy," he hollered, voice dripping with entitlement. "Need a favor. You got $100? Actually, 500 would be better. Gotta grab those new Xbox exclusives. You look like you can spare it." He grinned, eyeing my briefcase. I let out a short, sharp laugh, the kind that tells a person they've crossed a line. "Excuse me." "Come on, man," he insisted. "Your whole vibe screams big bucks. You can spot me, right? I'll pay you back eventually." For a split second, I wondered if he was joking. "Look, I don't even know you, and I'm not your ATM. Get a job," I replied, trying to keep my cool. He scoffed, puffed his chest. "I'm a streamer, bro, building my brand. Gaming's the future. Guys like you don't get it. Right? How many followers you got, 40? Good luck with that." I shot back, thinking that was the end of it. Instead, he doubled down. "Hey, neighbors help each other. Invest in my channel, and when I blow up, I'll remember you." The delusion was wild. "Ethan, I work my tail off to afford this place. I don't owe you, and neither does anyone else." "That's a no. Always." He just glared, fists balling up, and for a heartbeat I thought he'd swing at me. Instead, he sneered, "People who don't play nice don't last around here." And just like that, he stomped away, leaving a storm in his wake. Next morning, I discovered "cheapskate" scrawled across my windshield in neon mustard. Cleaning it up ate 20 precious minutes and made me late for a big pitch. Glancing back, I caught Ethan watching me from his window, smirking like he'd won something. But I didn't spook easily. I grew up where you learn to stand your ground, not run. That evening, the doorbell rang nonstop, like a kid throwing a tantrum. I opened it to find Ethan again, same t-shirt, waving a marker-scrawled bill, $200 for emotional distress, $300 for lost streaming revenue, and a $50 processing fee. He grinned as if this was a regular business transaction. "This is harassment," I said, snatching the paper away. "It's business," he replied, unbothered. "Mom says you suit types love contracts, so pay up, or we can work out a payment plan." "You told your mom about this?" He faltered for a split second, then covered it with a cocky shrug. "She supports my ventures." I slammed the door. Moments later, my phone rang, Linda Caldwell's voice, sharp as glass. "Mr. Carter, I hear you have an issue with my son. He tells me there's a misunderstanding." "There's no deal. Your son is harassing me for video game money." Her voice went cold. "This is a community, sir. We look out for each other's kids. Maybe you don't get that where you're from." The "you people" wasn't said, but it hung heavy. "If your son wants money, maybe he should try a job that doesn't involve harassing neighbors," I replied, then hung up. By Friday, I was getting bombarded, mailbox stuffed with junk, dating site flyers, religious pamphlets, even a subscription to some obscure magazine. Standing on his porch, Ethan grinned, clutching a notebook. "Market research," he called out, reading my car plate, my work schedule, even my favorite takeout spot. "This is stalking," I called back. He shrugged. "It's business strategy. Top streamers make millions. I just need a little seed money. Then the threat. I know stuff about you, man. Valuable stuff. Pay up, or maybe other people find out. His blackmail attempt was so laughable it almost wasn't scary, but the way he said it gave me chills. You've got nothing, I told him. Hours later, my work phone rang. Mr. Carter, this is Rachel from HR. We've received a complaint about you threatening a local student. Apparently, Linda had called my employer, spinning some wild story about me being aggressive toward Ethan. The gall. The HR meeting was awkward, Rachel tiptoeing around, asking if maybe there were cultural misunderstandings. I was a black man who'd told a privileged white kid no, in a mostly white neighborhood. You do the math. That night, Ethan was waiting in my driveway, phone out, filming. Rough day at work, huh? He sneered. We could settle this. Invest in my channel, and Mom will make the HR thing go away. He spat on my shoes, then, on camera, unleashed a stream of racist bile. This neighborhood doesn't want your kind. Now, you'd think that'd be the low point, but it was actually the break I needed. I started digging. Ethan's gaming empire was nothing but 44 subscribers and half-baked videos. Linda, meanwhile, posted rants about outsiders ruining the neighborhood, bragged at her dental job about dealing with me, and waited on Ethan like he was royalty. One night, I found my trash strewn across the lawn, a note taped to my door. Got secrets, suit. They were getting desperate and sloppy. Sunday morning, Ethan delivered a fake community violation notice, complete with Linda's signature as neighborhood standards chair, demanding $1,000 for economic discrimination. I laughed. This is fake. He poked my chest, red-faced. This place was perfect before you showed up. But I was ready. That Monday, I launched a WhatsApp group, Elmwood Community Watch, dropping Ethan's racist rant, months of harassment, and asking if anyone else had stories. Turns out, everyone did. The Les were out $60 from some bogus fundraiser. The Parkers lost a hedge trimmer. Linda spread rumors that nearly shut down Mrs. Kim's daycare. Sarah Evans's kid was scammed out of $700 for esports coaching. That never happened. The Caldwells had been fleecing the street for years. So I compiled the Caldwell files, screenshots, recordings, statements from every neighbor who'd had enough. By Friday, I delivered the whole thing, with invites for a community meeting. Linda left frantic voicemails, flipping from, let's settle this, to threats. Ethan went full victim on Facebook, using fake accounts for sympathy. 14 neighbors showed up to my living room, jaws dropping as the evidence unspooled. We voted to form a real watch group, and suddenly, the Caldwells were outnumbered. Monday, Detective Lisa Torres called. Linda had filed a report, now claiming Ethan was disabled and I was targeting him. But Torres had seen the files, Ethan's rants, the fake notices. She launched an investigation into them. Linda doubled down, tipped off a local news channel, painting me as the neighborhood bully. But my company's legal team crushed the story, and the truth aired instead. A Channel 9 expose on the Caldwells, featuring neighbor interviews and Ethan's own words. Within a month, a for sale sign appeared at the Caldwell house. I watched their moving truck pull away as Linda glared at me from the curb. You think you've won? People like you never do. I just smiled. Karma finds everyone. A week later, the whole block gathered for a barbecue. Mrs. Kim raised a glass to Nathan for standing up to bullies. The cheers were real. The community finally united. I still work those brutal weeks, still come home exhausted, but Elmwood feels like home now, the kind of place where neighbors look out for each other. The Caldwells? Last I heard, they'd landed in some rundown suburb, Ethan's new channel flopping with 45 subscribers. And I wonder, how far would you go to protect your home from people who play dirty? What would you have done in my shoes? If you've ever dealt with a neighbor from hell or faced down injustice in your own backyard, drop your story below. Let's talk about what real community looks like and how you'd handle a family like the Caldwells.